Good morning to all. I am Professor Manavalam. Now we are going to see DT based class on female pelvis.
Good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. Today we are going to see a female pelvis. It is otherwise known as a gynecoid pelvis. By knowing the pelvis, it means that by reading the anatomy of the pelvis is very key factor in obstetrical and midwifery practice. So everyone those who are doing the midwifery practice must know the development and anatomy of female pelvis. And also why we have to know about this. Apart from that, during the time of labor, there are various changes, adaptation that has happening between the fetal skull and the female pelvis. So, in order to know the progress of labor, we must know about the anatomy of pelvis. So that's why today we are going to see about the detail about female pelvis. Before enter into the pelvis anatomy, first we have to know what is the functions of female pelvis. Actually, the female pelvis it is a connecting organ. So it is connecting, or it is a it is a connecting bone between the spine and the lower extremities. It is it is a connection between the spine and the lower extremities. And also it is transmit the weight of the trunk into the lower legs, and also it is allowing the movement of the body, like while walking and running. It is very much helpful. At the same time, the most of the pelvic organs that is present inside this female pelvis, so it is protecting the pelvic organs. It is protecting the pelvic organs. Apart from that, this female pelvis is very essential for childbearing. It is essential for childbearing. So while we are sitting, our weight it is beared by the ischial tuberosity. So these are all the different functions of female pelvis. Now I will call upon Mrs. Anina Anil to demonstrate tell about the pelvis.
Okay, so good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, student. So, I will be leading with the parts of the pelvis. So, first of all, this is a way we will be holding a pelvis. We should hold a pelvis. And what do you know about pelvic girdle? So, what are the organs which is involved in the pelvic girdle?
The bones that is
And what are the
two dominant bones, one pelvis and one sacrum.
Yes, thank you. So, dominant bones, you know. Yes. So, the pelvic girdle is a basing-like structure, which is a hollow structure in which the pelvic organs are being enclosed. So, we have two innominate bones, coccyx and the sacrum. So, the two innominate bones are ilium, ischium and the pubis. So, first we will be moving on to the ilium. This part, which is the upper part, is known as the ilium. So, ilium has both upper and lower part. We will be talking about the upper part first. So, this is the upper part of the ilium, and this extended part is known as the iliac crest. So, when a human being is resting his hands on the hip, it will be placed on the iliac crest. So, in front of the iliac crest, there is a bony prominence which is known as the anterior superior iliac spine. This is the anterior superior iliac spine.
This one is anterior superior iliac spine. Below that, anterior inferior iliac spine.
Same with the opposite side. And when we posteriorly hold the pelvis, we have, this is the posterior superior iliac spine, and this is the posterior inferior iliac spine.
Sorry, this is called as a posterior superior iliac spine. Posterior inferior iliac spine. Okay.
Okay. Then we have this flared part. Anterior flared part is known as the iliac fossa. Then we will be moving on to
Ischium.
the ischium. So this part is known as the ischium. So ischium has the lower part of the ischium forms the acetabulum. This part is known as the acetabulum. And after that, we have a hollow oval shaped position, which is a hole, which is known as the obturator foramen. And
Small projection posteriorly, it has the small projection.
yes, and posteriorly we have the ischial spine. And okay, next we'll be moving on to the pubic bone. This is known as the pubic bone, and the pubic bone forms the anterior part of the pelvis. And the pubic bone is enclosed of the body and the ramus. We have two ramus, that is superior ramus and inferior ramus. So the superior ramus joins to form the symphysis pubis. The inferior ramus joins to form the arch of the pubis.
It is called as a pubic arch.
And then we have the sacrum. The sacrum is the posterior part of the pubis, and we have 4 pairs of holes in the sacrum. And these holes are for the passage of nerves from the cauda equina, which will be enclosed into the pelvic organs. Then we have the coccyx. This is known as the coccyx.
Actually, the sacrum is 5 fused vertebrae. That is sacrum. It is has an anterior part, it has the anterior part and a posterior part. Anterior part is called as a hollow of sacrum.